Okay, so on this question, we're trying to solve for a natural log question. They want us to solve for x. Well, how are we going to do that? Well, what you want to think whenever you see a log, natural log, or just regular log, either one, is you want to remember how we get rid of the log. Remember what gets rid of, we'd like to cross out this log, wouldn't we? We'd like to cross that out. So what's going to make a log go away? The swish thing, the changing the form. Remember that? Where we do the little circle thing, right? That's what gets rid of a log. That's how we change from log. That's how we lose the log. Okay, to do that, we've got to start with a base. I don't see a base here. You know what I mean? Like a lower down number down here, base, like base of a statue, the bottom of a statue, right? We got to have a base. I don't see a base. What do we do? Every log has a base, and the base for the ln is e. Remember that one? ln has an invisible understood base of e, that special number, 2 point whatever, like pi's a special 3 point whatever number. So you got to actually write in the e. You need it. We're going to have to hit the buttons on the calculator in a minute using the e. So it's really there. It just doesn't show it. Every log really has a base. There's no such thing as a log without a base. They just don't always show it. If they write the regular log word and they don't show their base, it's 10. If they write ln, they never show their base, but it's always e. It's really there. It's the naturally occurring number e that we discovered. It's involving financial things and other stuff. Anyway, so it's e. Okay, so now what do we do with it? What we do is we grab that base and we do this little swish thing, right? Once you've got the base clearly before your eyes, grab it and do the swish. That's what crosses out the ln, and it becomes e to the second power equals 4x plus 3. Do you see what happened there? Remember, when you do the swish thing, like the Nike swish, that log goes away. That drops, that changes out of log form into power form, exponential form. Now, why is that so great? Well, we got rid of the log. So what? So that's step one. Let me go over here and write that. So step one, well, let me say, show the e base and do the swish, dropping the log. Right? So there was step one. Now, step two is solve for x. So now that x is outside of the log, there's no more log, just get x alone. Okay. How do I do that? Well, subtract 3 from both sides. Like so, boom, boom. And this becomes e squared. And I'm just going to leave e squared as e squared. We'll get the number on our calculator in a minute. Like that. Last step to get x alone. Divide by 4. Boom. Like that. So there it is. Now, we need to hit the buttons on the calculator. So we got x alone. You could just type that in right there. It'll take that. Just like that. But let's just go ahead and get it on our calculator. So on the calculator, what we're going to do, you're going to need to go, you have an e button, e to the x. Now, on most calculators, it's right above the ln key. Right above the ln key. So on most calculators, you got to get the e to the x, and you normally get it by hitting the second button and the ln, because the e to the x is like right at the top of it. For most calculators, every calculator is a little different, but most calculators, the e to the x is right above the ln. And the way you get the things above, you have to hit the second button or the whatever that other option button is at the top of your calculator. Hit second in that, and e to the x will appear. E to the whatever will appear on your screen, and then you got to put in a 2, right? Because you got to make it e to the second power, and then subtract your 3. And now here's an important trick that really gets people. You got to hit equals before you go divide by 4. You got to hit equals when you're done with the fraction, before you go with the top of the fraction, I should say, before you go divide by 4. Why? Because if you just go straight to the divide by 4, it's only going to divide that 3 by 4. It's only going to divide the last number by 4, unless you tell it, oh, no, calculator, calculate the whole top for me, please, and then divide by 4. So that's why you got to hit that equals after the 3 before you do divide by 4. When you're done with the top of the fraction, always, not just this case, anytime you're putting a fraction in your calculator that has more than one item in the top, you got to hit equals when you're done with the top before you divide by the denominator. Or you could use a big set of parentheses, but that just gets kind of tedious. So just do it this way, be easier. Hit the buttons. I'm going to do it now too. Let me see. So I'm getting 1.09726. And they want you to round. 4 places is plenty. So I'm going to stop right here. So that 6 tells me to round it up, 1.0973. Type that in and you're good. So one more time, what did we do? When you have a log, when you have a natural log, you got to put in the base of e, which is there, and then do the switch. Grab the base, do the switch, the log drops off, got e to the second is 4x plus 3, and then just get x alone and type it into your calculator. And there we go.